An infinite slab of charge with a uniform volume charge density has its boundaries located at x equals minus d and x equals d. It's infinite in the y and z directions, with the z direction being out of the plane of the figure. Two infinite charge sheets of zero thickness, which are parallel to the yz plane, are located at x equals minus s and x equals s. These two sheets have uniform surface charge densities sigma 1 and sigma 2 respectively, and note that these can't be the only charges in space to produce such an electric field, but these are the only ones we're interested in calculating. So in the accessible regions, we measure the electric field to be as follows. So we have an electric field of minus 2e in a negative x direction to the left of this plate, and between a plate and a slab, the electric field is positive e, and between the other plate and the other slab, we have the electric field being E on 2, and minus E to the right of this plate. So in part A, we're asked to calculate the ratio of the charge density of the slab to the electric permittivity. So what we can do is take the Gaussian surface to be a rectangular prism that cuts through the regions where the electric field is known. So this prism has a cross-sectional area A. So it looks something like this. So using Gauss's law, the electric flux through the left surface is minus E by A, because the electric field is in the opposite direction to the normal to the surface, and on the right hand side we have plus E on 2 multiplied by A. So the electric field is in the direction of the normal to the surface, so we get a positive flux, and that's equal to the volume of charge enclosed in the surface. So that will be the charge density by the area by this height where the charged slab is contained, which is 2d, on the permittivity of free space. So we can cancel out A, and what we get is rho on epsilon naught is equal to minus E on 2 on 2d, so we get minus E on 4d. And now we'll go to part B, where we're asked for the ratio of the areal charge density of the left charge sheet to epsilon naught. So here we can take our Gaussian surface to cut through these two regions. So it looks something like this. So we have the flux through the left surface being positive 2e multiplied by the cross-sectional area, because the electric field acts in the direction of the normal to the surface. And on our right hand side we also have a positive flux, because the electric field is in the direction of the normal to the surface. And that's equal to the areal charge density multiplied by the cross-sectional area. So that's the charge contained in this surface on epsilon naught. So what we get is sigma 1 on epsilon naught is equal to 3e. So the a's cancel. And now let's do part C, where we want to find the ratio of sigma 2 to epsilon naught. So again, we can take our Gaussian surface as follows to cut through these two regions. So the flux going through the left surface is negative, because the electric field is in the opposite direction to the normal to the surface, so we get minus E on 2 by A. And on the other side, the electric field is also against the normal to the surface, so we have minus E by A. And that's equal to sigma 2 multiplied by the area of charge contained in that surface on epsilon naught. So the a's cancel, and we get sigma 2 on epsilon naught is equal to minus 3e on 2.